Bayede Nkosi, we continue our royal coverage with Professor Sihawu Ngubane, Head of African Languages at the University of KwaZulu-Natal. A very good evening to you. Thank you so much for your time. King MisuZulu has officially been introduced to his subjects as King of the AmaZulu nation, but it was a challenging road ahead.
Thank you very much for inviting me, and good evening to you and your viewers. It is indeed a challenging moment for him since his name was bestowed as the King of the Zulus. There have been a lot of challenges that he undertook, and today was like victory for him. And I think the climax of his journey was last night when he killed the lion, because killing a lion, it's very significant if you are going to be on the throne and you are going to be a king, because the king is called Imbobe. Imbobe is a lion, and if you are skillful, because I'm told that he had one shot and the lion was down, so it means he had powers and he had a skill and he was courageous to face a lion. I think that's what made the victory from yesterday. And today he was wearing the skin of the lion when he entered the kraal, which is a symbol of victory. And the way it went, since about 11 o'clock in the morning, when the whole process of getting into the kraal commenced, it was a huge success for him.
And in the midst of the court challenges, which have since failed, and the other challenge is one of unifying the Zulu nation. We heard the king this afternoon, this evening, speaking about how he wants to ensure that there's unity, urging the kingdom to listen to the other factions, but to hear them, but not to listen to them. What's your take on the challenge that lies ahead when it comes to uniting the Zulu nation?
Yes, I think it is going to be a huge challenge for him to restore unity within the royal family, more especially the princes of his late father. He needs their support, and he needs to have a time with them and try to negotiate a unity and put their differences aside. And I think after the final round of the coronation, where the certificate is going to be handed over to him by the president, he will have enough time to invite his family and try and instill the unity amongst them. But I think, in my own view, they need somebody who is neutral and who is a member of the family. For instance, a senior member of the family, to bring the two factions together and intervene and mediator between the two factions. I think this is going to be possible, because the contestation was there because they thought that King MisuZulu was not a king yet, and yet he was recognized and he's operating as the king and he is in the throne. So that's something that they didn't comprehend when they continued with their fight for the throne. And unfortunately, they lost most of the cases. So I think now they have to swallow their pride and come together, because we need a united royal family, so that all clans that are within the Zulu nation can also operate smoothly, because even amongst local chiefs there are also infighting. So now if the monarch itself has this division, I think it will affect his leadership as the new king.
Yeah, because to tackle infighting, there needs to be some backing, because we heard him this evening, the king thanking Queen Mother Mavis Mazungu, the wife of the late King Zulu, thanking her for her support and for playing the role that she's played. But it's going to take a lot more from the family, especially as we heard last week with the coronation of his brother, Prince Moniso, saying that he does not support the government ruling or deciding on internal matters at the royal house.
Yeah, I think that's also a sign of division, because Mazung, who's the Queen Mother, her children are against King MisuZulu, and they were on TV in 4S two days ago, and they are from the same house. So I think she is also instrumental in bringing them, because these princes are a family, and she's elder and she's senior, because she's the wife to the late King Cyprian of Zulu. And I think she must be utilized so that she comes in and try to resolve this king. But in my own thinking, this is about all the houses from King Bande. All of them, they need at least 6 houses come together and resolve this problem, because there are some people who are in favor of His Majesty, and there are very few who are against His Majesty. So if they all come together, not only the children of the late king, but the children of King Cyprian, Solomon, up to Umpande, I think if they can sit together, they can resolve this, because it is a priority for us to have a monarch that works together, not against each other.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for weighing in on this discussion. Professor Sihawu Ngubane, Head of African Languages at the University of KwaZulu-Natal.